I started rewatching Oz, and I don't want to do Oz talk too much because I feel like we've been putting it in every episode. But I had forgotten just what a bunch of movers and shakers those gentlemen are, right? Like, like in my head as I played it back, what's the guy's name? I have Sam Batesh in my head, but that's X-Jaws. Who's the guy that's
Tobias Beecher?
Beecher, that's what it is. Tobias Beecher, not Batesh. And he goes in there, and like in the first episode, he's already in the white supremacist cell, and he's already had his ass not tattooed, but like branded, scarred, right? And I just like, wow, like, I don't know. Orange is the New Black? That is a development that takes a season, like the grand finale of that, she gets branded and you're like, oh my God, how's she going to come back from this? That's just like, I don't know, the 30-minute point in Oz. Yeah. It's the shit that, yeah, they're like, oh, you know what? We should talk about getting revenge on this guy. 9.5 minutes later, he's on fire.
Time to air hole someone.
Yeah. It's weird to see J.K. Simmons, the one doing the ass tattoo, where you half expect him like part of the way through to be like, do you have tattoo removal insurance with Allstate? Or like whatever fucking insurance commercial he promotes. Yeah. Because I'd never seen him in a role like that. I never pictured him as that abjectly evil. But yeah, great show.
He was didn't he play on Malcolm in the Middle, like the military school like commandant that the oldest son had been sent off to? He was a real hard ass.
Are we talking about the Nazi or the later on Irish guy?
Talking about J.K. Simmons, the tattooer of the asshole.
The bald guy who, is
really doesn't care for Jews.
Okay. He's pretty tolerant of Jews, it seemed, though. There were
until he kills one and carves Jew into their chest and hangs them from the gym.
I think you got to think back on this, though. That wasn't a racially motivated crime at all. The Aryan Brotherhood felt like that they were like losing ground in the prison. He was like, we need a roadkill to like put ourselves back on the map. Who can we get? Oh, that guy. He's a Jew.
I see your point, but that's the definition of racially motivated. That they went, hey, let's get that guy. He's a Jew.
But they needed to kill someone. Their one is, let's get him. It wasn't like they were like so mad that this guy was a Jew that they were like, let's get that Jew. He's got to die. They never do that. Much
safer in prison for the white supremacist to target a Jewish person, because there was no like holy roller group for the Jewish individuals. No,
a bunch of Hasidic hard asses over there with the long curly things in the front. They're like shooting dice.
They don't even do like direct threats like, oh, maybe your family loses all of their money in the market. I mean, who's to say what could happen? It fluctuates. I mean, some of my friends may control your finances. That would be very unfortunate for your family and your family's future, no doubt. Like just that kind of threat, just like such highbrow that they're like, well, fuck. I don't know if we should kill him. Like, it sounds like he really has our number.
First I kill him.
This whole diatribe about my Roth IRA. Right. My whole life is in doubt now.
Use a lot of words I didn't know. I don't even know. Do I have a 401k?
First I kill him, and now I'm extended in short positions. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, but that was something that I even thought about at the time, is when they're like, oh, we need a rogue kill or road kill, whatever they said. And they targeted the Jewish guy. It was like, that's not very threatening at all. There's no big cabal of Jewish guys in that prison. Like, if they really wanted to make a statement, shouldn't they have picked someone from the Muslim group who they clearly hate, or the homeboy black group that they clearly hate?
Kill. It shows that they're violent and they're willing to do some scary shit. But at the same time, they don't piss anybody off because there is no Hasidic hit crew out there. If they hit a homeboy, now they're at war and they're already in kind of a weak position. They're feigning power. They're trying to make themselves puff themselves up by like killing a Jewish guy who can't really defend himself and doesn't have any backup.
That's logical. That makes sense when you think about it like that. But
yeah, it's a dark show. If you guys out there watch it, it's fucking awful.
Yeah, if you feel like your life is in a downturn right now, or you're in like one of those lulls before the rising hill, turn on Oz. Within, I'll say, 5 to 8 minutes, you're going to be like, you know what? Life's all right. It's okay. How many times have I been raped this week? Probably 0. Hopefully 0. How many times have you had an unwilling tattoo? 0.
I watched 4 hours of Oz in one sitting, and I got up and I walked outside and I just looked up at the sun and went,
Right?
that's so nice to be out here in this fresh air, even though it's hot as hell. You know, I can fucking do that. Those fucking motherfuckers have been in holes for years and years and had their hopes and dreams ripped out of them one by one, like fucking Mortal Kombat finishers. It's awful. It's awful. That it's like Game of Thrones, but there's at no point are there any like hot chicks or fun adventures. There's no dragons. There's zero magic. There's just people you like having horrible things happen to them, and people you don't like also having horrible things done to them.
Have you guys, dude? I don't want to go to prison at all. Not at all. I think I'd be bad at it. You know, like I'm sure everybody thinks of themselves as Billy Badass, but then what was the gentleman's name? He might be African. That was
Adebisi.
Adebisi.
Nigerian.
He's Nigerian. Okay, yeah. So there's this Nigerian guy who, look, I don't know how tough you are, but I bet Adebisi can beat you up, right? Listener, I'm talking to. Adebisi is what, 6'5" and full of muscle, and you just
and a crazy person, which is
very
scarier
scary
than any physical trait, because it could be like a little wiry guy, but if he's crazy, it's like that guy can kill you with a sharpened toothbrush standing behind you just as easily as a jacked guy. So I feel like being crazy would be a good defense strategy, but even then it'd be hard to fake crazy.
He will beat up your backup and then butt fuck you in the kitchen.
Yes,
that's
he
what
will.
Adebisi will do to you.
Yeah, and Adebisi, I don't know if he'd consider himself gay, but he sure likes fucking men, right? So that's a thing that you have to.
Oh, he's not gay. I do the fucking. I make them gay.
It's a huge amount of homophobia for people who are regularly fucking other men.
They're like, yeah, even the have a group. Hey, don't let that boxer beat us. Meanwhile, like the night before, he's making out passionately with another man, and then like fucking that guy in the ass or something. Like they're not just. It's not just like hand jobs and like awkward oral. These guys are like really getting into it in a lot of situations. Like I don't know, you put me in there for 30 years, we're gonna have to make something happen. It's like, all right, get down there. I'll look this way, and you just don't look anywhere, and we'll figure this out. But these guys are just like, yeah, they're really making out. It's passionate sometimes, and there is more dick in that show. If there's anyone out there and you haven't pulled the trigger on watching Oz yet, there's more cock in that show than in Wings of Redemption's backyard ever had.
It reminds me of my old hockey locker room days.
Really? It had that much cock? Because there's 10 cocks in an episode. 10 cocks. I have seen every guy. I can remember. I know who's got the biggest cock.
Really? No, yeah. If you play on an
that.
ice hockey team, you'll see everybody's cock by week 2. Like
Keller, the Stabler from Law and Order SUV, biggest cock. Smallest cock is that guy from Dexter who played like the big fat Spanish detective in Dexter.
Oh yeah, he's the Hispanic guy, the leader.
And he's the big kind of chubby Spanish leader in Oz. Very small penis. And he has this long hallway scene where he walks toward the camera, and his dick like they added, it's like 3 or 4 seconds of just this, and it's just his cock just like doing this.
Is it doing that thing like that small dicks do, where like your balls are there and the penis is kind of just like slapping the top of the balls?
It's up on top of the balls. It can't see over them. It's sitting on top.
Yeah.
Although I mean, mine would probably be pretty fucking tiny if I'm naked and being sent to the hole, right? Like
might not be your best moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, he's not being sent to the hole. He's an actor in a warm studio, and he probably like gave it a quick tug before the cameras went on. So judge him that way.
Lord
Don't
knows
judge him as a
if I was in that position, I'd be semi, but for sure. Yeah.
It would go up. It would go inside you. It would just boop.
I would make sure that I was representing the best version of me.
You look down at your cock. It's like popped back into your body. You're like, God, I wish I could do that.
I'm going to the hole, and so is it. Yeah. Well, so you give first place to the SVU guy.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Last place to I don't remember his. He is an Alvarez. Alvarez is the maniac. Who stabs people. But
Yeah.
Anyway, we should stop Oz. We talk
Preacher
about
has a very small penis as well.
cancer.
Did you see the Tyrion Lannister cameo?
Yes.
In Oz?
Yes,
I'm
the
glad.
Peter Dinklage one. So basically, in Oz, they have little flashbacks where it'll show like a new character, and they'll be like, Adebisi, convicted, 1997, crime, manslaughter in the 2nd degree, and it'll show this guy like holding a dwarf like over the corner of a building, and you look at him, and I was watching, I'm like, that's fucking Peter Dinklage. And he's just squirming around, like trying to get help, and then he just gets thrown off the building. And it's made in like 1999, and so it's not Peter Dinklage's body falling. It's a completely stiff doll, just kind of careening through the air in a way that physics would not allow for a human body.
And it's a child-sized doll because it's Peter Dinklage. Yeah, he just got this little bitty cameo where they show the flashback of like the guy committing his murder, and all you see is Oz.
This is Oz, yeah.
Oh.
Like his part was so little, he was like victim 3 or something.
Yeah. But they throw Dinklage off the roof, and he's like, no, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I liked Ed Norton in American History X, Moon. Man, even now looking back at American History X, when he played an actual white supremacist, like he still not as bad as J.K. Simmons in Oz. Not even close.
No. J.K. Simmons is fucking terrifying. Oh, I wanted to talk about this. Did you notice how bulked up J.K. Simmons got between like season 2 and 6?
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons has like a beer belt. Like he's an overweight, late 40s, early 50s man. And in the first, like in the second season, definitely. By the end, he looks like an Aryan. Like he looks like fucking Aryan Brotherhood. He is bulked up. Like his arms are big. He's benching 235 over there for reps. Like he's gotten big and like legitimately intimidating.
Yeah.
Because at first it was like I was like, I think I might be able to beat up J.K. Simmons, especially if I catch him off guard. I can knock this guy the fuck out. And then I start seeing like by the end he's over there. Just spot me, you fucking pussy. And I'm just like, Jesus, he got huge. It happened out of nowhere. I just noticed it all of a sudden, and he was big.
I've been watching Oz. I missed some of the details because I like watch it as I fall asleep. But I don't know. It's a hard show to watch.
I don't recommend it.
I do.
I mean, I do literally, but I don't think that anyone who wants to enjoy a show should watch it unless you really are going to enjoy like it's chaos and it's violence and it's gore at its core. There's other stuff going on, but there's a lot of chaos and there's a lot of violence and it's very unpredictable. I'm almost done. I've literally got 30 minutes left in the whole thing. I'm on the last episode, 30 minutes to go, and I had to go to sleep last night because I had to be up early this morning.